RiRi cries uncontrollably after ASAP Rocky's unbelievable surprise. The room fell silent in a way only moments of destiny ever do. Cameras were still rolling. Lights still blazing. Phones raised high. But something had shifted, something heavy, emotional, and completely unexpected. Rihanna stood frozen at center stage, one hand pressed against her chest, her breath shallow, her eyes already glassy, as if her heart sensed what her mind hadn't caught up to yet. And then it happened. From the shadows stepped ASAP Rocky, calm, composed, but visibly emotional in a way fans had never seen before. This wasn't just a surprise. This was a life-altering moment. A night that wasn't supposed to be about love. The event had been billed as a celebration, fashion, music, culture. Rihanna was there as a global icon, a mogul, a superstar. She smiled, waved, joked with hosts. To the world, she looked unshakable. But insiders later revealed something chillingly poetic. She had no idea. Not even a hint. This caught her completely off guard. When her name was called again, she assumed it was another honorary mention. Another speech. Another applause break. She was wrong. ASAP Rocky takes the mic, and the air leaves the room. Rocky's voice didn't tremble at first, but his eyes did. He didn't look at the crowd. He didn't look at the cameras. He looked only at her. People think they know what strength looks like, he began. But real strength is loving someone through everything. Rihanna's smile faltered. Her hand rose to her mouth. Fans watching live would later say this was the exact second her eyes changed, when she realized this was not scripted. The reveal that broke her. Then Rocky gestured behind him. A massive screen lit up. Not with a brand logo. Not with a trailer. But with never-before-seen footage. Private moments. Quiet laughter. Late-night studio sessions. Hospital rooms. Tears. Healing. Growth. Years of their relationship, the parts the public never saw. And then the final frame appeared. Everything became better because of you. That's when Rihanna broke. Not a single tear. Not a graceful wipe of the eye. She collapsed into sobs. Uncontrollable. Raw. Human. She turned away from the cameras, but it was too late. The world had already seen it. The unbelievable surprise. But Rocky wasn't finished. He reached into his pocket. Knee to the floor. The crowd gasped so loudly it nearly drowned out Rihanna's cry. She shook her head, whispering, "No, no, no," not in refusal, but in overwhelm. "You gave me family," Rocky said softly. "You gave me peace. You gave me a future." Then came the words that sent the internet into absolute meltdown. "I want the world to know what I already do. That forever starts with you." Rihanna dropped to her knees too. Both of them crying now. No glamour. No polish. Just two people falling apart in front of millions. Tears, chaos, and a standing ovation. She couldn't speak. She couldn't stand. She nodded, over and over, through tears so intense security rushed forward, thinking something was wrong. But nothing was wrong. Everything was finally right. The crowd erupted. Celebrities were crying. Hosts stood frozen. Social media crashed within minutes. This is real love. RiRi deserves this. I'm sobbing and I don't even know them. What fans missed at first. Afterward, as they walked off stage hand in hand, cameras caught a quiet moment. Rihanna leaned into Rocky and whispered, "You healed something you didn't break." That single sentence broke fans all over again. The aftermath, the internet in ruins. Within hours. #RiRi in tears trended worldwide. #ASAPRocky trended in 17 countries. Fans reposted the clip millions of times. Celebrities called it the most emotional moment of the year. Some called it the greatest surprise ever pulled in public. Others said it felt too intimate to watch, like peeking into a sacred moment. But everyone agreed on one thing. This wasn't for attention. This was for love. A love story that rewrote everything. Rihanna has conquered charts, built empires, redefined beauty. But that night? She was just a woman overwhelmed by the depth of being chosen, fully, loudly, and without hesitation. And as her tears soaked into Rocky's jacket, one truth became undeniable. Some surprises don't shock you. They undo you. RiRi cries uncontrollably after ASAP Rocky's unbelievable surprise. No one, absolutely no one, was prepared for what happened that night. The room was packed with flashing cameras, murmuring insiders, and a quiet expectation that this would be just another polished celebrity moment. But within minutes, the atmosphere shifted from routine to historic, from casual to earth-shattering. And at the center of it all stood Rihanna, her hands trembling, her eyes already glassy, completely unaware that her world was about to be turned upside down by the man she loves most. That man was A$AP Rocky. What followed wasn't just a surprise. It was a moment, raw, intimate, and so emotionally overwhelming that even the toughest people in the room were left wiping away tears. The calm before the emotional storm. At first, everything seemed normal. Rihanna smiled effortlessly, exchanging quiet jokes with Rocky, completely relaxed. She had no clue that every detail, every pause, every glance, had been carefully planned. The soft lighting. The timing. Even the music humming low in the background. This wasn't random. This was intentional. Rocky had been unusually quiet all evening. Those who know him well noticed it instantly. His jaw was tight. His movements deliberate. His eyes never left Rihanna for more than a second, as if he was memorizing her face before changing their lives forever. And then, the signal. "This is for you, RiRi." The music stopped. A host stepped aside. The room fell into a silence so deep you could hear breath catch in throats. Rocky took the mic. At first, his voice was steady, but only barely. "I've said a lot in songs. I've said a lot in interviews," he began. "But tonight, I need to say something I've never said like this before." Rihanna laughed nervously, shaking her head, already suspicious. She mouthed, "What are you doing?" Rocky turned to her. "You saved me when you didn't even know I needed saving." That's when Rihanna's smile cracked. Her eyes widened. Her lips parted. One hand flew to her chest as if her heart had skipped a beat. And then the screen behind them lit up. The reveal that shattered her. Footage began to play. Private moments. Never before seen clips. Late nights. Quiet mornings. Laughter in kitchens. Tears in cars. Moments when the world wasn't watching. Then came the voices. Friends. Family. People closest to Rihanna, each one speaking directly to her. "You taught us what real love looks like. You gave him a home. You became the peace he never had." By now, Rihanna was crying openly, not graceful tears, not subtle emotion, but full, uncontrollable sobs. Her shoulders shook. She tried to cover her face, but the tears kept coming. And then came the final part. The screen faded to black. Rocky dropped to one knee. RiRi breaks completely. Gasps echoed through the room. Rihanna froze. Her knees buckled as she screamed his name, tears pouring down her face faster than she could wipe them away. She tried to speak, tried to breathe, but emotion had completely taken over. Rocky's voice cracked. "You're my family. You're my peace. You're my forever." The ring caught the light. But it wasn't just the ring. It was what it represented. Security. Loyalty. A future chosen on purpose. Rihanna collapsed into sobs so intense she had to be held upright. She clung to him, shaking, overwhelmed, whispering through tears. I wasn't ready. I wasn't ready. But she didn't say no. She nodded. Again. And again. The room erupts, but RiRi is gone. The room exploded with applause, cheers, and stunned disbelief, but Rihanna heard none of it. She was gone. Lost in the weight of everything she'd survived, and everything she'd just been promised.